What's good, family? This is Nigel Dunn here again to introduce my second workout vlog. Today is going to be, or I guess this workout is going to be a shoulder workout. I'm going to take you guys through it, talk you guys through it. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. With no further ado, this is part 2 of my workout vlog series. On shoulder days, I have to warm up. I've had impingements and injuries in the past, and it was typically always because I came straight into the gym and I threw some weight on a bar, or I just went right into pressing, and typically that's just not what you want to do. So I hit arm circles, and typically I'll hit some front and lateral raises. I'm not sure if I did it on this day. Don't think I recorded it, but nonetheless, I typically do that. Right here, these are my wrist reps. I got some gangster reps from the guys over at Super Training, and these are probably the best wrist reps in the game. And I got the camo joints just because I like to be a little different and have my shit stand out from other people's. First set is a warm-up set. We got 45s, and this isn't really programmed. It's just however many I want to do. Typically for my warm-up sets, I like to go with some higher volume. So I think this is a set of maybe 8 to 12. I think it was 8. And on this day, I hit most of my warm-ups and probably even my working sets for 2 sets of everything. So this is the second set with 45 for about 8 again. So now we're jumping up to 60s, and my form was looking pretty good on this day. I think I hit this 4. I'm just gonna wait until it finishes. That's 5 and 6. Okay, got 8. Yeah, I was feeling pretty good this day. One thing that a lot of people don't do when they're shoulder pressing, this is my second set of 60. Hopefully I got this for another 8. This was recorded about a week and a half ago. Just figured I would upload some workouts to show you guys kind of how I train and what the intensity looks like. But one cue that you want to focus on when you're shoulder pressing, especially seated shoulder pressing, is that your legs have a lot to do with the lift. It's not just a shoulder workout. It's primarily a shoulder workout, but your legs do get incorporated. So you want to push into the floor, keep your feet flat on the ground, engage your core, and kind of drive your legs in the opposite direction of the weight. And that'll help you push a lot more weight as well. So this is my third set with the 60s. My speed is slowing down a little bit, but I think this is a high volume day. So we'll see what we get up to. Okay, 70s. I like this. This is good. I think I struggled on my first set with the 70s. Might have got a 3, if I remember correctly. And it was a real slow 3, so I cut it there. I think I wanted 5, but it was like a 3 to 5 type of situation. Another important thing to focus on with every lift that you ever do is how you breathe. If you look at my mouth in between reps, when I get to the top, I'm breathing in, and as I come back down, I'm kind of holding in my breath. It's called a Valsalva, and as I go up, I push the air out. So before I start, you see me take a big deep breath in. I'm kind of pushing the air out as I go up, and then I take another breath in at the top. And you'll be surprised how controlling when you breathe and how hard you breathe, how much it impacts the amount of weight that you can push. So now we got push jerk. I'm in a squat rack on this, and essentially it's like the top portion of a clean and jerk. I don't typically do a full clean and jerk, but I do like to kind of accessorize my main lifts with some ollie variations, as you've probably seen in the past if you watch my workout vlogs. And I always start with the bar on any lift outside of deadlifts. And the reason for that is just because I have to warm up. I can't just jump straight into my working set. So even when I don't feel like it's necessary on bench press, shoulder press, and squat, I start with the bar. And deadlift, only reason I don't start with the bar is because I would have to gauge where to stop it. And I'm pretty strong on my deadlift, so I start with 45s on each side. This is 135, and here I'm just mainly looking for speed. When I come up, I'm looking to kind of get the hips involved, and then sit under the weight and lock it out at the top, and kind of poke your head through and have like full extension at the top with your hands finishing slightly behind your head. I'm not a form guru when it comes to ollie lifts and variations, but I just kind of gauge it based on what I've seen in strength and conditioning rooms and weight rooms that I've been in. And if you guys have experience with ollie lifts and you see something that's going on with my form, please feel free to leave a comment below. Here we got 150. I think that was a failed rep. So I think I hit what looks like 4, but it was really a 3. Before you lift on these, if you want to try these at home, one question that I do have is, when you're at the bottom of these reps, should your wrist be limp? Should you let the bar kind of go back into your body, or should your wrist be straight up and down as if you're going to do a shoulder press? I try to get my elbows in front of my wrists, which I think is correct. I'm sure it's correct, but I don't know exactly what I should be doing with my wrist position. So if anyone has experience, I'll be glad to hear about that. Now we're getting into the end of the workout, and it's essentially just some rowing and some arm hypertrophy work, trying to get swole. We got rows for, well, I guess that was 135. We got some rows, and then I went straight from that into the tricep extensions with the dumbbell. And I think from that, I went to curls. So this is my second rotation. And I think here is when I started to incorporate the curls. I'm doing big sets on the rows, really trying to get those back muscles engaged at the top. I could pause more at the top and come down slower. If you just mess with the tempo of your accessory work, you'd be surprised at how many or how little you can actually do with proper form and utilizing tempo. And you'll also grow a lot more if you utilize tempo and really squeeze at the top of each rep of any accessory that you're doing. So here I have some supinated curls with the easy bar. I don't know what weight that is, but it's not really that important. Just trying to get some hypertrophy. So then I did about 5 standing, and then I sit down and I'm doing some chair assisted curls, and you can see that I'm stopping the weight when it gets to my legs. So it's like essentially like you're doing a 90, and that just allows you to do some failure work after you feel like you can't do any more, or you can't do many more. You can do something like that and kind of go past your threshold. We got more rows, and this is just kind of like a superset. Some people might call it a monster set because you're working both sides of your arm with your tricep and your bicep. But just something fun to do quickly at the end of your workout. Probably takes about 15 to 20 minutes to finish maybe 4 or 5 rotations of this. And you'll look real swole, so you can take that post-workout mirror selfie if you want. Definitely started to slow down on these curls. I like to superset any row or pulling exercise that I do, like a pull-up or a any type of row, lat pull down. I like to superset those with curls, because your biceps do have a lot to do with any pulling motion. So you really get a chance to kill your biceps if you go right into a set of curls after that. So I'm gonna speed up the video here. I feel like you guys should have an idea of what I was doing towards the end of the workout. I want to stress that I appreciate you guys for watching thus far. If you stay tuned this long, I really mess with you. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for future content, and turn on notifications so that you can see when I post. Hopefully you got some good ideas for things you can incorporate in your own training. And yeah, let's keep growing and getting stronger together. Peace.